What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 What's up, beautiful people? It's me, Rickey Jones Jr., and I am on a great exploratory drive today with my brother. Please say your name so I don't mess it up.
Sifiso Sumano.
Sifiso.
Yes, Sifiso.
I finally get a name that I can say. My brother Sifiso, he was the one that invited Dr. Asad and I to the Lobola that we did on another video previously, and he's been my go-to brother, letting me know of different places and things that we could do and should do here in Johannesburg. One, should we say the cake secret? Is it okay?
I shared the cake thing on your timeline. So
there it is. So it's there. So now he showed me and told me of a place that sells moist cakes, because as y'all know, some of the things we've been trying to work out is not having dry, brittle cakes, but nice, moist cakes. And that happens to be 180 degrees. 180 degrees cakes, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're on to something. I'm gonna order a cake, and y'all will see it on the video, future video. But he was the one that told me of it. Now today on our adventures, we are going through. We just went through Alexandria's Township, and now we're about to go to Soweto Township. And I asked him to show me around because one, he's from here, right? South Africa to be specifically. And two, he said that his father is from Soweto, and your mother is from which township? Vosloorus. And so he's had some experience in both, right, townships, but then even just to share it with even the viewers from the States, but even those that are in South Africa, what was township life like?
So township life is very simple, not complicated, and it's very communal. Yeah. Because in the township, as you already know, the term Ubuntu.
Yes.
We live amongst different ethnic groups. There's Zulus, there's Xhosas, there's Sothos, there's Tswanas, Vendas, etc. Okay. So we all live together as a community. Yes. And as I said, it's a simple life, uncomplicated. Unlike in the suburbs where it's every man for himself. Yes. In the township, you would know your neighbors. Wow. You even know people from another street. Wow. And you live together, and if there's any needs that you have or assistance or help that you need, you could just go to a neighbor and ask for things. So township life is very nice, simple. Yeah. Although we lived in very small houses back in the days, especially in the apartheid days. Yes. I guess maybe living in small houses also brought us together. For sure. Close. Literally, exactly. Right. Because people now have extended their properties. People live in double-story houses these days, even though they live in a township. Oh, wow. And townships have, in a way, become a little bit bougie because there are some nice establishments in the townships. Okay. People that stay in the suburbs, they sometimes on weekends go to the townships. Wow. Whether you go to a Chisanyama or an establishment where you can have a nice time and so forth. Okay. So, and as you've seen now that we're in Alex, you know, as I was explaining to you, that townships now also have malls. Right. I was shocked to see that. Like, that was something that nobody really shows or talks about, but a whole mall, and then a strip mall that has numerous restaurants and shops in there as well. So you even saw McDonald's in the township. And Chicken Licken. Right. I'm like, wait a minute. And even a pizza spot, Roman's Pizza, I believe, that we passed by in Alexandria. So even to have those things, I was shocked and surprised. And I truly can say, even as I shared it with you previous to this video, that I didn't even feel unsafe. I felt comfortable. And I would truly drive it again myself. Like, I really would, because there wasn't anything that made me feel like I shouldn't be there, or anybody that looked like they were going to try anything. And I love that. And I think it speaks to, like you were saying, how we're all in there together. We're all working together and living together and trying to do better together. Correct. In fact, Ricky, you are much safer in a township than outside the township. As I explained earlier on, that in townships we're very communal. Yes. So usually there's not a lot of crime that takes place, especially during the day.
Right.
In the evenings, you'll be taking chances.
Right, and that's everywhere.
With some of the areas.
Crime is everywhere at night,
but,
for sure.
In recent times, in townships, it's quite safe.
Okay.
Especially with tourism now, where you get like tour buses going into townships.
Right.
People now understand that
it's a benefit.
It's a benefit. It's an economic benefit for them. So they wouldn't see a stranger or a tourist bus and rob it.
Okay.
You might find maybe very, very rare and isolated incidents.
Yes.
But you hardly get them.
Yes.
Because people now have been educated.
Right.
They now understand the economic benefits of having tourists coming to the township to see how we live in townships, etc.
Right.
Yeah.
And even to the point of how you all live, I was shocked to see how large Alexandria is, as opposed to people saying that's not even a big one. I've been told that's one of the smaller ones because it wasn't supposed to even happen. Like it just happened on itself and continued to grow upon itself. But it wasn't like a structured township, if you will, that was created. But people started living there, growing there, and it started to grow itself. But then to go to Soweto, which we're about to go, right? It's a big one, and even with that, how the economic class is diverse, which even we learned from the Hop On Hop Off tour, how there are millionaires living there, as well as those that have little to nothing, and so it's beautiful that even those people can coexist together.
Correct.
And I'm even looking forward to seeing that.
So Alex, yes, it was a bit small in the past, but with developments where houses are being built, we call them RDP houses. Okay. Because post 1994, the democratic government decided to build, houses for the poor. Okay. Because the poor mostly lived in, squatter camps, as you saw when we're in Alex now. Yes. So the expansion of Alex is, obviously happening because of that program where they, building houses. But in most townships, that is what is happening. Okay, so even the government is building within the townships. Within the townships. Okay. So you do find private developers. We've got some, developers. There's a program called Cosmo Houses. Okay. It's another development program where they build houses, but it's low cost housing. Okay. In various areas, not only limited to townships. Okay. So it's really growing Johannesburg. And obviously, as I told you earlier on, with spatial planning, the townships were separated from the towns, and not necessarily the migrants, but the labor would come from the townships, right? And they would work in the town, like Alex. Yes. Most of the people that stay in Alex, you'd find that they work in Sandton. Okay. And you find other townships such as, let's say, Davidton. Their town would be Benoni, Vosloorus, where my mom is from. Okay. They would, their town would be Boksburg. Okay. So Soweto, because it's big, they would be going to like your Joburg CBD back in the days, because the Joburg CBD was quite affluent back in the days. Okay. But you do find people in Soweto working anyway. Even here in Sandton, you'll find people that come from Soweto, Randburg. They would be working in Fourways, etc. So that was the spatial planning of the apartheid government, that you would have a town, and then you'd have a township next to where the labor would be coming from to come and work in the town or in the suburbs. Correct. So as you know, Soweto, it's an acronym. Yes. That stands for Southwestern Townships. Yes. So the reason why it's big is that it's an amalgamation of different townships in one area. So Alex is just a township on its own. Yes. But Soweto is actually an amalgamation of different townships put together. Okay. And the acronym comes from there, that it's Southwestern Townships. Okay, that is interesting. I didn't know that they came together like that. And then even so, the people that are living in the townships, are they the ones that are using the taxis to get to their work locations and things like that? That is correct. Okay. That is correct. And which even somebody, which we talk about the taxes, and we all know the relationships. If you have driven in Johannesburg, we recognize and know the relationship with the taxis that we have. Yeah. However, this individual, I forgot her name,
but she gave me a fresh perspective of them in that it's the taxi drivers trying to get the workers to work.
Correct.
And I was like, okay, I love that, I'm with that, and I get that, and I will have more respect for them. I do still get like, whoa, how did you do that? But I get it. You're trying to transport 12, 14, 10 people to work and to their destination. So, there's some appreciation that I can give, right?
So there's different factors that influence how the taxi drivers drive.
Tell me more.
So, I mean, the few that I know. So the first one you've just mentioned, that they're transporting workers. From the townships most of the time. Not only townships, but most of the time from the townships to their workplaces. So you'll find that they want to get their passengers to their destination on time. So they'd be rushing through traffic and all of that. The second thing is that usually the person that's driving the taxi is not the owner of the taxi. So you've got an owner that would set a target for the driver and say, driver, this is how much I want by the end of the day. So now the driver has pressure to meet the target. Exactly. So now he'd be rushing through traffic because he's thinking, I need to have so many loads so that I can reach this target, so that the owner is happy.
Pleased. Okay, that's interesting. That's a whole nother perspective and thought, but it makes sense. Okay.
So that is why they drive the way they drive. And look, it's not condoned behavior. It's not justified. but I think we as South Africans, you know, when you're numb to something, you think, you know what? You are so used to this, you don't even complain anymore. Correct. Because you're so numb to the behavior. But for you being from the US, and you're not used to this type of driving,
it's a shocker.
You're thinking, what's going on here? Why is this guy driving like this?
So, and I honestly believe even with that, probably in about 3 months we'll be numb to it. So then when visitors come,
it will take you longer than
it takes you longer.
it really gets hard to get used to, but eventually you get used to it.
Okay. No, that's good, because I was even thinking like when visitors come, we'll be driving just regular, just thinking it's another day, but then they'll be calling it out, but it'll take a little bit longer. So for you to be less frustrated, just let them be. So if a guy wants to just pull up in front of you and just let them be. That's it.
Then you won't frustrate yourself.
There it is.
Right.
Noted. Lesson taken for those even visiting and you're driving. Take note, because I think that's a good one, because it'll help you. Instead of trying to like make them do right by what you're doing with your vehicle, just let them do what they want to do, because ultimately they're going to do it anyway. And so, boom. Noted. But we're off to Soweto, which it is a good distance between
it's a good distance
Alex and Soweto.
Oh wow. And even from Sandton, it's quite a distance.
Okay. Which is why those that work in Sandton most likely come from Alex, because of how close they are in proximity.
Because Alex is just a stone throw away.
Oh, absolutely. Very much so.
Stone throw away from Sandton.
You turn off the exit, you turn left, you'll be in Alex. You turn right, you'll be in Sandton. Same exit. And so, no, you're right. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Soweto it is.
So, so we're going past an area now called Rodeport.
Okay.
I know you won't be able to pronounce that.
I'll try it. Rodeport.
Yes, Rodeport.
I could do it once. Rodeport. Okay.
Rodeport.
Yes.
So we're on our way now to Soweto.
I see.
It's written there. And so from here in Rodeport, it's about a good 7-10 minutes and we're in Soweto.
Okay. All right, let's do it. So we just left Soweto, ladies and gentlemen, and oh my goodness, I'll let you take it from here.
So Ricky, tell me and tell the rest of the viewers, what did you think of Soweto?
Oh my gosh. First of all, I was amazed at the size of Soweto. Like, I thought I saw it on the hop on hop off tour. However, today, the driving that we did around it, and even to know we didn't even see it all, I was amazed, right? So the sheer size, amazing. But then to see all of the different shops, the malls, the stores, even the tuck shops that are even in there, I was like, oh, this is a self-contained city. Like, truth be told, if you don't need to leave Soweto to work or something like that, you don't have to, because everything is there. And so I love that. But then even to see the communities of people playing around each other, talking about and just living life, I loved it. I loved it. Like, it was nice.
I'm glad you loved it.
Yes.
And also to see how, you know, some of the Black South Africans live.
Yes.
In those spaces, because you've been exposed to the city.
Yep.
You've been exposed to the suburbs.
Yes.
But now you know you have an appreciation of of seeing how people live in the townships.
Very much so.
And what were your thoughts when you saw some of the, you know, the living conditions? Some of the spaces, because you obviously saw that there's different classes, of areas within Soweto.
Yes.
So what were your thoughts? What was going through your mind when you saw some of those spaces?
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing, largely because of the diversity. And it's not even like the diversity had great links between each other, because you had the 10 homes, I'm gonna call them, but then even a walk right up a hill or down a hill or down the street, you have regular homes that I would call regular, right? With gates and grass on the outside and satellite dishes and palm trees, right? Hello, all the different things that you would think, wait, this is a township still?
Yeah.
And then as we keep going, you see homes with 2 levels and glass on the outside, and it's like, wait, I'm still in a township? And so to your point, like, it's so diverse, right? But then I was even sharing with you how what's depicted in the States is that everyone in townships live in the 10 type homes, or that's what is more abundant in spaces like that. But even just seeing today how that's not the abundant. I mean, yes, they're there, but it was more so like homes and even with clay roofs, which I was telling you, like, clay roofs is a luxury in the States. Like, usually you get homes with shingles, right, on the roof, but they have even clay roofs on multiple homes. And of course there are the ones that have tin roofs and things like that, so I don't want to come across as if it's all glitz and glam. Correct. Right? There is poverty there as well. There are pockets where there are trash, but it's not trashy. And I love that too, because I'm mindful of those things. We tell the kids don't litter and things. But even you were pointing out how people take appreciation in where they live and in the townships, and I can see that. The roads were clean. It wasn't chaos on the roads, right? There's robots and things like that, keeping the traffic at bay, but it was amazing. Truly amazing.
There's a lot of respect amongst people in the townships, as you saw.
Yes.
Even on the road, there will be those delinquents.
But few. Very few. I mean, you saw how we were giving each other the right of way and all of that. Even some of the people greeting and you know, just giving them gestures. Just to show courtesy. So there's a lot of respect amongst, you know, the people in the township, because it's a community. Correct. People live together in those spaces. And you were even asking a question, people that make it and they move to the suburbs, do they ever come back to the townships? And yes, they do. So some of the people that make it in life, you know, I mean, you even get CEOs that come from townships. You then also get entertainers, sports personalities that come from townships. So when they make it, they go back again to the townships to plow back. Some start businesses in the townships. Some go and, you know, just mingle with you know, with the people that they grew up with. And so that's how we are as, you know, as Africans. You know, we believe in, when you get to the top, don't kick the ladder down. There it is.
Make sure that you bring your brother up as well.
Yes. You know? and I mean, you say Africans, but I'm gonna say as a black people, because we do that even in the States. We don't have townships. We would call them like hoods or projects. And when the athletes, or just you talked about the other people that make it, right, they do come back. They do have programs where they give back, or youth camps and things like that, because we do have that mindset that you should give back. You have to. You do build up, and you know, as you talked about that cycle, that cycle of people that comes through. So I love how we as a people are even united with that mindset here in Africa as well as there in the States. And so again, we're so much alike because we are alike, right? And so now that's a beautiful thing. And you were even saying how, sharing how some people will even generationally have homes and things like that, which I love. I get it, and I love it because it's where you're from. That's where your people are. So, you know. And you pass it down. So
there's a lot of what we call family homes.
Okay.
So in a house that you grow up in,
yep,
as you get older, your kids, when you pass away, take over that house.
Yes.
You know, that property becomes theirs.
Yep.
And it becomes generational.
Yep.
Because some people believe that, you know, you don't sell a family home. A family home should be generational. So your kids will stay there, their kids will also stay there. You know?
Yeah.
So we don't throw it away, we don't sell it.
Yeah.
You can go as far as maybe renting it, but not selling it.
Yep. No, I love that. I love that. And I will say one of my last points that I love is the fact of the malls again there, because I mean it's the mindset that you would think a township has so much chaos or it's not where money could be found. But no, these malls have recognized that no, there's money there.
There's a lot
there
of
are
money.
resources there.
There's a lot of money, as I was telling you.
Right.
That a township has got a lot of money.
You said it.
If you open a business in a township, you'll make a lot of money.
That's what, and I see it.
As long as it's a business that solves people's problems, you'll make a lot of money.
I see it.
I mean, you saw almost every area within Soweto. As I was telling you that it's an amalgamation of different townships.
Yes, sir.
You know, went through Jabulani, Moroka, Deep Kloof.
Yep.
You
the
know,
one with a P.
Pimville, we went Pimville as well. So you saw that there's different malls in those different townships in Soweto.
Yep.
So those malls serve those communities. And guess what? In those malls, you find your McDonald's, you find
Chicken
Licken. Chicken Licken.
Yes.
And there's also banks. You know,
yeah, I did see that.
Because people want convenience. They don't want to catch taxis or drive to the city or to town to do their banking. But they want to do it within the township. So that convenience is now there in the township. So there's no real reason for people to move out of the township, really.
No, that is true.
Because from a security point of view, you know, there's a perception that townships are dangerous. But contrary to popular belief, townships are now a bit safer. There's not much chaos. I mean, you saw when we were driving around, there were no people fighting.
Right, that's what I was pointing out.
There was no shooting of people. It was just peaceful. People were just walking on the side of the road.
Kids playing soccer.
Yes, there are those pockets of areas which can be a bit dangerous.
Yes.
And
but we didn't see them today.
We didn't see those incidences.
Right.
Whether it's cell phone snatching or a person getting stabbed.
Oh, that's true.
We didn't have any of them.
You're right.
We didn't have any of them. So there is some order, you know, in townships. So these perceptions that townships are very dangerous. Oh, by the way, you saw even a Caucasian person.
Yes, a few of them. Right. Living.
Not in the tourist area.
No.
Just living there.
Right. Lady with a cane. That's an easy victim in the streets. But she was able to walk about and live her life accordingly. And it was beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to be able to see that and to see all the different groups of people, all the different areas that were even taking place. It's amazing. It truly is. And Soweto is huge. I don't think I can convey that enough, how large Soweto is. And again, we didn't even see all of it.
It was just a fraction.
Just a fraction.
It was just a fraction of what you saw.
That's amazing. That's amazing. It truly is. And it was another point that I was even just thinking about amongst the diversity of Soweto. And I mean, we saw various cars. Yes, that was there. You have the tourist area and that, you know, that strip where a lot of people do go down and see. That was there. But then it was something else. We had the largest hospital on the continent, right? We did have the dentist. We were talking about the malls. Man, it'll come to me after all of this is done. But at the end of the day, like, hats off to the people living in Soweto, to the people that have even lived in Soweto or any other township and doing their thing, right? Because I get it. I get the communal aspect of life that is lived there, and it looks, well, from what I saw today, right? I'll say that what I saw, it looked awesome, and I get it. much. But then even the people that want to get out, I get it as well, right? It's a big world out here. Granted, my wife and I, we moved from the States, so we get the understanding that maybe moving is what you want to do. And so I'm definitely not saying that you should be raised there and want to stay there. No, you may want to leave. I get it. However, for those that are staying, I get how you can. There's so much going on, right? There's a lot of life lived within the townships, and we were just driving through, and I was I've probably said about 16 times, but the amazement that we're still in Soweto, like,
it's very big.
Oh, that's what it was. I was thinking about how the University of Johannesburg even has a campus there. And a large campus at that. It's not like this little small corner shopping center. Like, no, it's a huge campus there. So again, how convenient it is, how large it is, and how much is even there. Amazing.
So you saw the Nike Center, you saw the hospital, you saw the Twin Towers. We went to Vilagazi Street as well. You saw Maponya Mall. There was a huge gym as well next to Maponya Mall.
It was on the left.
Don't want to mention the brand, but so there's quite a lot of things that you know, that Soweto has.
It has it.
So Soweto and its citizens can insulate themselves within Soweto if they want.
Easily. And a whole theater. There's a whole theater
there. There's a theater as well. They don't need to get out of Soweto.
You have everything. All the entertainment, soccer, stadium. Shouts out to the Orlando Pirates. There it is. There's a fan. You know, he might be turning me into a fan. We'll see.
So you saw the Orlando Stadium as well? My team.
That's it. That's it. And so to your point, you can truly be in Soweto and be quite comfortable, entertained, and satisfied doing so, because everything is there. And I loved it. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking me on this journey. Right? He's driving right now, so I ain't gonna look too long. But
it's a pleasure.
Yes,
I'm
it was
just
great.
glad that you saw another side of Johannesburg.
Me too.
And I wanted you to see the contrast between where you stay, you know, in the city of Johannesburg versus or vis-a-vis the townships. So at least now you have a greater appreciation of how large and vast you know, Johannesburg is.
Correct.
There's a whole lot of other areas. And as I told you, Soweto is in the south part of Johannesburg. Maybe one day we'll see the east side of Johannesburg.
I'm with it.
And then maybe also go to the west side of Johannesburg.
I'm with it.
So that we can at least see how big Johannesburg is and what it offers as well.
Correct.
So that you're not confined only
to the city.
To the city, you know, your Midrands, your Santons, your Fourways, etc.
No, I love that. And even Doc Nikki was talking about giving out flowers, and let me give you your flowers and saying thank you for even taking on this, right? Because you didn't have to, right? But even taking the time to show me the townships, right? And even the willingness to show us more. And when I say us, talking about my wife, you talked about even showing the kids and things like that. So I thank you for even welcoming us to the country, to the city, to what life is truly like behind the glitz and glam, right, of the suburbs and the city. Because I mean, there is more. There's a lot. And there's a lot. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to experience. And I believe the people watching the channel may be even from the various townships and things like that. So I'm appreciative of you taking me and the family to see the other things. So y'all show him some love in the comments. This is my brother. That's it. That's it. Show him love. If you know his family, make sure they get some love. And shouts out to more South Africans like my brother Sifiso, and that has the willingness to show what's going on right outside of the city, outside of what we come down here and live in. There's more in store to Joburg, and so if you're willing, right, shout out other people, show other people what's really going on, so that we can truly put a full understanding of Joburg on the map, show the world, and truly appreciate the beauty that Johannesburg has to offer. So until y'all see him again, because you will, right? This is a piece for now, but he gonna be back on the channel because we have some more content to give, because we got to go to what's the bride thing called?
Oh, you mean
like the place?
Okay, Centurion Shisanyama.
Yeah, boom. We're gonna go do those. We saw a couple that he was like, oh yeah, we gotta check that one out. We gotta go to that one. So
yeah, so there were a few Shisanyamas.
That's it.
I wanted to take Rickey to Centurion Shisanyama, but also to some of the Shisanyamas in Soweto.
There it is. Well. There it is. So we're gonna check it out. We have some fun. Yeah. Even speaking of those things, I was telling them how in the States some people eat frog legs, and he was like, "What? We would never eat a frog leg." And I was like, "Yeah, people do. I don't, but people do, and some think of it as a delicacy." So, you know.
But we eat tripe.
There it is. There it is, and I wouldn't. Right? And even so the smiley cow face or something like, what you call it? Smiley face?
We call it a smiley.
That's it. The smiley.
In our lingo, we call it iskopo.
And when you went, no. I'll watch you. I'll give you my portion.
No, you must try it. Even mopani worms, you must try them.
Oh, snap.
You must try all these delicacies.
These are happening.
Remember,
y'all.
You're trying to immerse yourself in the culture, so you must try all these different delicacies that we eat.
We'll see. Yeah. He even, I won't say threatened me, but it felt like a threat by saying we gonna try some foods and not gonna tell me what it is until after I eat it.
I will only tell you what it is after you eat it.
So we'll see, y'all. My life may be in his hands. One video to come. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Fun times are ahead. I love you all. I appreciate you all, especially my brother and his lovely family. Great people, I must say. I'm the blessed and the better after meeting them and making this stay in Joburg that much greater. So so many other great people in this country. I can't say that enough, but nonetheless, I get the opportunity to ride shotgun with a great man as him. So I'm excited. I'm thankful. And until next time, peace. There it is.